Hey, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to our Torah vitamin for this week. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. As y'all know, this is my take with Rosh Ya'acob. On this show, we normally deal with different issues that's going on. We have a Torah take on it. But the live version that's been going on for months now is the Torah vitamin. On the Torah vitamin is every Shabbat, 9:30 a.m. Every Shabbat, for newcomers that's just learning about Torah and all that stuff. Every Saturday, let me put it that way for you. Every Saturday, every Shabbat, 9:30 a.m. And if you miss it, don't stress it, because as many of y'all know, because many of y'all look at it on a replay, you can look at it on a replay. So if you got something you had to do that morning for your congregation, or you was running late, you like, dang, I just missed it. Don't worry, you still can get it. It's right there. It's not going anywhere. So I just want to thank you guys for that, for being diligent, for logging in and helping to support this endeavor. And like I said, it's just a vitamin. So we're going to touch some stuff. I'm going to get a little deep here and there, but I'm not going to get too deep because we don't got that kind of time. This is a vitamin. This is a hit it and get out. Get in, get out. Get in, get out, right? That's what this is about. It's just a get in and get out. Get in. And the main thing is, I want you guys to want to have a love for the Torah. I want you guys to want to learn Torah, to want to really want to dig into the Torah. Because at least for our community, but before they came over to the Torah, they always just looked at that stuff as the Old Testament. That was it. That's the Old Testament. And people didn't live in the Old Testament at all. They lived in the New Testament because they a New Testament church. And that's what they was going to do, right? So as they lived in this New Testament church, being all about the New Testament, they didn't know anything about the Old Testament, didn't know nothing about the Torah, didn't know nothing about the laws. So when they read the Brit Hadashah, as is rightfully called, when they read the Brit Hadashah or the New Testament, they would try to formulate in their minds, based off of how they look at things and what they feel, to try to figure out what it's saying when it's dealing with laws and different tough subjects. And it just became a bunch of confusion, to where we got people saying, you don't got to do this no more, you ain't got to do that no more, and all this stuff, where clearly the Torah tells you that if any prophet or anybody ever rises up, performs miracles, and do all this good stuff, and then say, don't keep the Torah no more, they are a false prophet, and you're supposed to take them out of here. Say the reason why the Almighty will let them come and perform those miracles is because He's testing you to see if you're going to believe in Him or not. We're going to get to that later on. That's one of our upcoming Torah portions where they actually speak on that. But I just want to say that now. It might be next week where they actually speak on that, right? But I just wanted to say that right now because, you know, that's where we're coming from. We come from that type of situation where people will say stuff and you say you can't really believe that, because if you're saying that this is the same deity from the beginning, from those first 5 books, and then they say, hey, let's not keep this Torah no more. You don't got to do none of that stuff no more. Come do this. They are a liar and a false prophet, and you are supposed to take them out. They're supposed to be taken out, right? So you gotta get this known, and now when you have that thinking, and you go to the Brit Hadashah and you read something, and it seems like it's saying you don't gotta keep the Torah no more, you gotta stop and think, wait a minute, is this really saying I don't gotta keep the Torah no more, or is this saying something else? Because if this saying I don't gotta keep the Torah no more, then I can't believe this. Because he already told me in the beginning that this was going to happen because he's testing me to see what I'm going to do. Right? So I just want to let you guys know that. To keep that in mind. Because minister was talking to a brother last night that's stuck in the New Testament in his own thoughts. And I'm like, brother, I didn't even get to say that to him, and I thought about it later. That's why I'm saying it now in hopes that the brother might be listening, right? Because he might be. And I just thought about it. I said, dang, why didn't I let him know? If somebody come to you and tell you don't keep the Torah, you don't got to do that no more. You're not supposed to follow them or believe them. You're not. The Almighty says, I'm Yahweh and I change not. I would say, well, he changed now because the Mashiach came and did that. He changed. In the Old Testament, he was a mean deity. He was a mean deity in the Old Testament, but now... Now when the brick kind of shot, he a good guy because the Mashiach came and touched his heart and changed stuff. Wait a minute, what? We gotta stop thinking about this. I'm sorry I'm going on this tantrum, but it was a lot of stuff that's been on my mind that I wanted to talk about that I know I'm probably not going to get to talk about because there's a lot going on, but I know I can at least talk about it on the Torah Vitamin, right? It was some video with some atheist woman challenging 20 Christians, and she's talking about different stuff about heaven and stuff, and I'm sitting there thinking, the reason why she's getting y'all and making you guys look bad is because y'all don't know what y'all talking about, and she know you don't know what you talking about, and to her this is games. She laughing, she like, I got them. I had a teacher like that when I went to seminary, right? Well, it wasn't exactly seminary. It was seminary that we had at Morgan State. And I remember this guy. He loved when he would get in believers' heads and mess up their faith. He loved it. Oh, he had a good old time. And he used to hate me because he could never do that to me. He used to hate me. I raised my like, yes. I'm like, yeah, it's me, buddy. You can't get me, son, because I know. Right? So I just wanted to put that out there. Public service announcement. Put this public service announcement out there. I'm sweating hard. Oh, man. Anyway, let me get to... I want to at least talk to everybody in the chat. Of course, Shabbat Shalom, heart for serving. Appreciate you, Akoti. She got everything over there in the links. You want to join us for any of our services? We got 10:30 Bible study. That's going to be coming up in a minute. We got 1 o'clock service later today. Of which around 2 o'clock, Minister Thomas will be the speaker. We got dang, I'm getting confused. We got Bible study. So if you actually got questions based off the show or based off of anything, it could be anything. It could be a video that you saw and you say, I want to talk to him about this or whatever. We can stop everything in this Bible study. I will answer your question. I always tell you got questions, I got answers. So I'm with you. So that is 7:30 every Wednesday, 7:30. So you can log on, click on to any of those links or call in, and we definitely will deal with you or talk with you and converse with you, and hopefully we can build a strong foundation and relationship with you. All right. So again, that is found right up there in the corner. Right up there in the corner. The links are found for that connection. Thank you. Also, want to Give a Shabbat Shalom to Morey Catriel in the building. Shabbat Shalom to Ya'acob. Shabbat Shalom to Pastor Hennett in the building. Shabbat Shalom to Ya'acob. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. And Shabbat Shalom to Sister Anne Marie in the building. Shabbat Shalom, Makoti. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being on here today. All right, so the portion that we're going to deal with today is called Parashat Eikev, right? Parashat Eikev. And Eikev means because, right? Eikev means because. And again, each portion always starts off dealing with certain things based off of what it says in the text. The first few words of the text gives you the name of that portion. And this one is called Eikev, because, right? So let's look at this, right? Because of what? Because of what? Right? What we talking about? Let's go right to the portion. If you jump into it, it's Devarim chapter 7 and verse 12. Rosh Ya'acob, right? Eikev. And it shall be because, right? Now, notice right here, they got it good. He said, as a consequence, right? But I want you guys to see, and it shall come to pass, or it shall be Eikev, because, right? Because, right? I like how they say, they say, as a consequence. As a consequence is still because, right? But it don't say in the future. It just says, Wahaya, and it shall be. I guess you could say it shall be is the future, but it shall be is also now, right? I don't know. They messing me up right now. They change his words slightly. I like it closer to what the Hebrew literally says, right? And it shall come to pass, or it shall be, because Tishme'un, you listened. Now, listen don't just mean hearing with your ears. We hear listen, we think, okay, I sometimes I can listen to stuff and I don't got a clue as to what's going on. I heard it, but I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, right? And if I don't stop for clarity or to ask you, yeah, I heard it, but what does that mean? I just heard it, right? When they saying to listen or hearing something, they mean that you're understanding it and you're going to do something about it. So you're not just listening just to listen. Listen is part of it, but listening adds to doing, right? So let's go back to that, right? Heeding. Notice how they use this. As a consequence of your heeding these laws, right? And you're guarding and fulfilling them, right? See how it goes into that? So not only are you listening to the mishpatim or the ordinances, but you are shamar. It says ushamartam, shamar, right? Shamar means to guard. Shamar means to guard. It means to guard something. So if you know people named Shamar, their name means to guard. They supposed to be guarding something. I just do that out there. Never mind that. Anyway. Ushamartam, right? This word right here in the middle means to guard, right? I know they got keep, right? Because they saying guarding them is keeping them, right? But guarding them is like protecting them. Making sure that they are protected. So you listening to it, You making sure that they're protected. In other words, that it doesn't lose its validity. Right? You want to make sure that people still know and understand that this is something that they're supposed to be doing. So not only are you listening to it, but you are guarding it. And then, right, and this word is asi, which is a conjunctional form of the Hebrew word asa, and this is asi, right? Wa asita. Asa means to do, to perform, right? I know I heard people. I ain't gonna get into that. Them people try to talk about my Baltimore accent. It's a do, you know. Perform. Let me put it that way so I don't have no smart Alex. You know who you are. Anyway. That's how y'all Baltimore people talk. Anyway. It means to perform, right? It means to perform it. Right? So that's what all that is, right? So then you got, so let's look at this. As a consequence of your heeding these laws, you're guarding and fulfilling. Notice they use it fulfilling, right? This brings us back to what we see in the Brit Kadashah. Remember what the Mashiach said? I came not to destroy the laws or the prophets, right? Which is the Torah and the Nevi'im, right? The Torah and the Nevi'im. I came not to destroy the Torah or the Nevi'im, but I came to fulfill them. And everybody took that fulfill to mean, it mean it's done and it's over, and you don't gotta do it because he did it. That is not what that mean. He said, I came to do them too. I'm gonna say it. I came to do them too, right? I came to perform them. I didn't come to destroy them. I came to perform them. I came to perform them before you. I came to illustrate them. And we see the Mashiach do this throughout the Mashiach's ministry, right? As the Rabbi was going around doing all the things he was doing. What was the Rabbi doing? The Rabbi came, they was teaching this wrong. He said, no, this is how you do that. He was doing it, he said, no, this is how you do that. And he showed them how they were supposed to keep the Torah. He didn't say, don't do the Torah no more at all. He showed them how they were supposed to do the Torah, how they supposed to perform it. So he says, because, right? Because. And it shall come to pass. Now this might be messing you up because it's let me take it out of this. Because I'm reading from, that way to that way. From right to left. That might confuse some people. So let's go now. Wow. They still saying if. Ain't that crazy? Now they say if, even though it's because. Why they say if? I never noticed King James said if. And indeed King James says if. Interesting. Let's see if they still say if. Okay. And because you listen to these rules or these commandments and keep them or guard them and do them or perform them right, Yahweh your Elohim will keep. Oh man. See, that's how they changing this. Oh, why they just can't leave it as it is? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I know y'all like, what's going on? I'm just experiencing how these translations slightly change stuff to fit what they want it to be. I'm going to go back to the interlinear so we can just stick with it. Y'all follow me with the interlinear anyway. They irritate me with that. Yahweh, your Elohim, to you hold on. And you keep them. Or Shamar. And he will keep. And he will keep. Yahweh Elohim will keep, right? With you the covenant. So he's going to keep the covenant with you because you're doing what he wants you to do. Because you listen. Because you guard it. Because you performed it. He's going to keep the covenant with you. This is why he's keeping the covenant with you. Right? And in the future, and it shall be because of your heeding these laws, your guarding and fulfilling them. Yahweh your Elohim will guard for you the covenant and the kindness that he swore to your forefathers. Now this is chesed, right? The chesed, right? They got loving devotion. Let's see what chesed actually means. I want y'all to see something. Let's see what chesed means. All right, so chesed means favor, good deeds, kindly, kindness, merciful, mercy, pity, reproach, beauty, goodness, piety, mercifulness. So because you do all this stuff with the Torah, Yahweh Elohim will guard for you the covenant. And the chesed, or the kindness, or the favor that he swore to your forefathers. Then it goes in to explain what he means. He will love you and bless you and multiply you, right? He will bless the fruit of your belly and the fruit of your soil, your grain, your wine, your olive oil, the offspring of your cattle, the herds of your sheep, upon the soil that he swore to your forefathers to give you. You will be blessed more than all the peoples. There will not be among you a sterile male or a barren female, nor among your animals. Look, Yahweh will remove from you all illness, all harmful disease of Mitzrayim that you know he will not place upon you, but will give them to your enemies. You will destroy all the people that Yahweh Elohim is giving you. Do not take pity on them. Do not serve their deities, because they are a snare for you. Perhaps you may think to yourself, these nations are more numerous than I cannot inherit them, right? Isn't this the flood that they had when they was about to go into the land? They said, hey, what's going on here? How am I going to deal with this? Right? These guys mightier than us. These guys are this, these they said, don't worry about none of that, right? Don't worry about that. Do not fear them. Recall well that Yahweh Elohim, what Yahweh Elohim did to Pharaoh, who was way mightier than these people that you're talking about, and to all the Egyptians, right? You just left from a superpower. He just crumbled a superpower for you, and you worrying about some third worlds. If I could put that in your mind that way, he just destroyed a superpower. Had nukes and everything. I'm just trying to get you to think about it in today's terms. That's how powerful Egypt was. People didn't look at Egypt like they was no little squares. Egypt wasn't no crumbs. Everybody knew not to mess with Egypt. So if he delivered you guys from Egypt, what make you think these little small Canaanites are going to be able to do anything to you? How do you fear these little Canaanites? And he delivered you from Egypt. All right, so this also goes into him recalling what happened with the calf. How they did mess up when it was time to do certain things, and all that he did, and how his praying and stuff for them changed things, right? So it's a whole lot of stuff. Like I say, now I'm never lost for words, just lost for time, right? Because we are running out of time. Also want to give a great shout out to our brother minister Terry Holden. This morning did an excellent job on WFBR. Real proud of the young man doing big things. So real proud of him. Please check out 1590 WFBR at 8:30 on Shabbat. They are doing big things over there. Sort of like one of our sister congregations, First Philadelphia. And they're right there, right? And it's every Shabbat at 8:30. So normally people will check them out and then come check me out. But with that being said, just want to give them a shout out. Did an excellent job today. And before we go, I got a new artist of the week. Moray Catriel. Take your hat off, IK. You did it with this one. I was listening. He sends me a lot of them, and I normally siphon through. And when I heard this one, I was like, "Wow, this is nice. This is a nice song, right?" And I was just like, "Wow!" Like, so I appreciate that, and hopefully you guys like it as well. Normally, if I like a song, a lot of people like it. So I'm hoping that you guys like it as well. I normally got an ear for hits, and this sister is doing her thing. Her name loses me for right now, but we're going to see it because I got her album cover right up on it. So this is our artist of the week.
Strong, I call on my help. my heart can get to racing lately. When hurricanes begin to rage, my mind wanders off to places that I can't stay. 'Cause I found light under his shade.
Amen, 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 amen. So that's Sister Madison. The song is called Psalm 91. Very, very good song. Really like it. I vibed off of it for a while. I was like, okay, I like this joint right here. I like this. Anyway, so appreciate you guys for being here with me on this Shabbat to go through this Torah vitamin. I love the conversation that you guys are having in the chat. That's what it's about. We're a community building and having discussions and building, and I just love it. So please, guys, enjoy the rest of your Shabbat. And hopefully this inspired you to want to know more about this portion. And next week we're going to have Ryann, Parshat Ryann. That will be for next week for our Torah vitamins. So I will see you then. All right, guys. Shabbat Shalom.